The last loop that I'm going to discuss in the series is the ForEach loop, and that one is exclusively designed to work with the arrays within PHP. And so I'm going to go ahead and remove the code that I had here before, and we're going to focus in on the ForEach loop. So I need to create an array first, and so what I'll do is just go ahead and create a $day array. We'll just put days. And I'm going to set the values here for all of these. And depending on the structure you want of creating your particular loop, I'll just go ahead and since I have a small screen to work with, we'll just type it in this way, Monday, and then what I'll do is just repeat my code and do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just replace them. And we've got Saturday and Sunday. Alright, so then I've got a array created now that's going to hold Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so the days of the week itself. And now what we can do is we can go ahead and use something like the ForEach loop to work with the array. And so ForEach is the keyword that we need to type in there. And then within my statement itself, it's not like the other loops where we're checking to see if a condition is true. What we're going to do with the ForEach loop is it's going to run through each element of the array and then run the code for that. And so what I do is I'm going to start off by saying the array that I want to work with. So I'll start off with $days. And then what we need to do is we're going to pass it into the loop's code itself. We're going to pass it into where the loop can actually perform actions within the curly braces that we'll have set up for it. So what I'm going to need to do is pass it in as a different type of variable. So I've got $days, and we're going to say as, and then we're going to go ahead and create something else. We'll just put $day. And so this is going to be each element of that. And I'll go ahead and close it with the parenthesis, and we'll start with the opening curly brace, and we'll move down here and close ending curly brace. So just to simply show you what it's going to do, let's just go ahead and echo. And we're going to echo out a variable. Now we cannot use the $days because that is the whole entire array. We're working with just an individual element of the array. So I'm going to go ahead and echo out just the $day, which is being passed in each element at a time. So we'll go ahead and put $day, and I'll go ahead and end that. And I'm going to go ahead and echo out a break tag now. And we'll go ahead and hit save and refresh. And I've got an error on line 16. Let's see, I need to put that in double quotes. And I'll go ahead and hit save now, and then refresh it. You'll see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday have all been echoed out. So the loop runs through for each one of those elements. In fact, if you want to verify it, what I could do is after the break tag, let's just go ahead and echo, and we'll just go ahead and say day and then close that, and you'll see if I hit save and refresh, after every one of those you'll see day gets inputted in there. So the first time it ran through, now I don't really want day to be there, but just to show you how it works, Monday runs through, and then the second time it echoes out the word day. I didn't put a break in there, so the next time it runs through it echoes out the actual day itself, not the $day. I know it kind of is confusing, so maybe I'll just change the word. Instead of day, I'll just put in there name. I'll go ahead and hit save and refresh, and you'll see now that it echoes out name. So the first time it runs through, it echoes out the actual day, it echoes out a break tag, and then just the text that I entered in here just to see how it works is going to be just the name. So it'll echo out name, it runs back through again, and it's going to echo out Tuesday. Now I didn't put a break tag in there, so you'll see that I didn't put a break between name and Tuesday. If I add a break tag in here, echo break tag, and save it, and then refresh my page, you'll see that it goes Monday name, then breaks to Tuesday name, and then Wednesday name, Thursday name, Friday name, Saturday name, Sunday name, and then it finishes. So it actually runs through as a regular loop where it goes through each one of these elements of the array and then uses it and displays the actual element itself right there, $day, it's my variable day, as each one of those elements that are part of the days array. And so this is the for each loop. And you may look at it and say, well, it's not that useful other than the fact that it displays each one of these. That saves me a little bit of code. What you'll notice is going to be really useful when we start working with things like in the database and we're pulling out records which are going to be stored in as arrays. And then we can display each one of those records or values of our fields of each record. And so later on this will become a more useful loop within PHP.